amount of weight that it had on there, it just made me realize that I didn't want to put myself in high blood pressure, diabetes, and having a large amount of excess weight that I did not need to have. And so it was very important to me that we had someone come in and talk to us about what we were going to be talking about. And our guest today is going to be Mr. Rodney Pate. So maybe tell us some things.
Baby. Mr. Rodney Pate.
Pate, I'm sorry, Pate. I thought you said, and I know Rodney, and that's a shame. Rodney Pate. That's why I have women in here. The Bible says, he that has a wife corrects you.
Yes, yes. we got to get it right. And let me give him his intro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Joining us on the next stop right now is Rodney Coach Pate, CEO of THF3 Transformational Health Fitness, and is that financing and fundraising?
All of the above.
Rodney gonna break this down for us, but I do want to give a shout out to him because he was with us from the very first show, so he's been sticking in with us for 2 years. Thank you for that, Mr. Rodney Pate, Coach Pate.
Hey, thank you for having me.
So we got a lot of questions for you. So which way you want to start this, babe?
So, Rodney, let me talk to you about this. A lot of times I was just telling them that, I had got on the scale and realized that the scale didn't want to give me a weight.
Did you have these bowls of candy while you on the scale?
Oh, God.
Those candy, just like a coach, the first thing he points out is that we got candy and stuff here. I don't eat it myself. I really bring it for the guests. Yeah. I have been very good, Rodney. I haven't eaten any sweets and stuff in almost like about 6 months.
You're looking good. I haven't seen you in a while, but I can see it.
You can tell that there you go. I'm happy to hear that. I've been cutting down, haven't been eating no sweets, and I even work for a chocolate company. But one of the things that I was concerned about is that I felt that, when I got on the scale and it was telling me that I was overweight, it made me think about, placing myself in high blood pressures, diabetes. And so I wanted you to come in here and just to talk to us a little bit about, getting yourself not only spiritually, because you're a spiritual man as well, but physically in shape. So talk a little bit about a person's need to get physically in shape.
Well, oh, my God. It can go so many ways with that. Referring to what you were saying about the scale. The scale will lie to you.
Yes.
Scale is not your friend.
Tracy.
That's Tracy.
Yes.
Sound like he's been lying a lot, huh?
Yes.
Because, the scales that they actually use, and I'm saying in reference to somebody's weight and height and all that, a lot of that came about because of the insurance companies. Mm-hmm. They actually put those things together based off of records of people's death.
Okay.
And they compare, so if people had certain deaths, they took that in reference to how tall somebody is and what their weight is, and to give it a scale and all that.
That BMI thing.
That, and that's a good point of reference, the BMI and all that. But everybody's frame is different.
Right.
My healthy, I can show you some fitness instructors that you will lose $1 billion betting that they were fitness instructors because they just didn't look like it.
Mm-hmm. You mean it was overweight?
Or they look overweight, but they can work you out for about an hour and a half and make you sweat. And
but it's not working for them?
Well, but you don't know you don't know where they came from. So you don't know where a person has started from.
Right.
Good point.
So you just see somebody say, you don't never know, but then you listen to somebody's story and they say, I lost 100 pounds in the past year. And you're like, yeah, they may not have another 100 to go. But they lost 100 pounds.
Yeah.
So, it's a relative thing to each individual. So, like I said, I haven't seen you in a while. As soon as I sat down, I'm looking at you. I can see it in your face. I see it in your neck.
I'm getting that 6-pack this summer, y'all.
Hopefully that's not a 6-pack of Pepsi.
No, it definitely won't be that. I love Pepsi, by the way, but it definitely won't be that. So, Rodney, you've said something that's very important because a lot of times people do prejudge because if you see some, I have been guilty of it. Even the preacher, I'm gonna say that. We're real in this show. To see somebody and they're doing, they're saying that they're doing Zumba, and I'm like, how you doing Zumba and you overweight? But we prejudge things like that, and so it doesn't necessarily mean that person can't outwork you. You'd never know where they come from, so that's very important.
Exactly. So, but the thing is, it is very important to stay active.
Yeah.
And move, whatever that you choose to do, move. Somebody who choose to take the stairs every day at work. 3 flights of stairs. Oh, you got a hand here over there?
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
All 2 flights of stairs, right?
Oh, 3 today.
And it may be somebody might decide to park at the end of the parking lot instead of circling around and waiting to get that close spot. They go to the very end, and so they're making their walk a little further. So whatever that individual is doing for them to move, it's for them.
Yeah.
So you can't really. I used to be a prejudger. I used to do stand-up comedy, so I was always joking.
You did
about
stand-up?
Oh, my God.
I didn't tell you
we got
story.
stand-up
I
comedy
didn't see
too.
that in the bio. Okay.
Well, it wasn't about that.
Wait a minute.
It
I
wasn't
got that
about
bio,
You got a health instructor that's gonna talk about you as well.
Right. He gonna dog you out.
I'll wait till you get in the class, and then I'll talk about it. But I want you to get to the class first.
Yeah, that's right.
So I used to talk about people.
Yeah.
And my wife, you have a wife, you want to correct you. I understand that. And she's always correcting me, because sometimes I may not see it, but you can see it in my face. But a lot of times you see in my face is I'm always concerned about the individual. All I can see is that I can really help this person.
Right, yeah.
If I had a chance. And so, but I get into, I'll be 52 next month.
Dang.
Not this month, but February, March. I'll be 50. Did we say it like that?
Because you look good.
Girl, no points. No, no points.
53 next month. Hey.
Well, I'll be 50 in March. Look, I'll be 50 in March. Oh, I don't get
wait.
nothing.
Wait, ladies, this picture's going up any minute now.
Well,
But I'm still saying I don't get nothing on man.
Oh, you beautiful.
And if
boo.
your husband's sitting right there,
and if you remember, he is married, so
I know, but give
just
him
letting
his
you know.
props.
Hey, Liv, shout out to Liv, beautiful wife.
Right.
And so he was talking about. Let's get back to the physical
Right,
part.
right,
Sorry, we get distracted.
I myself, we in life we go through phases, and I have gotten through a phase where I stopped working out.
Yeah.
And I was a college athlete. I played football, and all the damages. The reason I got into fitness was because of football. And after I stopped playing, all the damages that I didn't realize I'd done to myself, the shoulders out of line, the knees. That's what got me into fitness, because I was doing it for myself and fell in love with the another Julianite, actually Cornell Walker. I had to say, always say, thank you to him. He's a trainer for the fire department. He brought me into fitness for helping me to get my back together.
Okay.
And from there, he actually was, as soon as he taught me how to do this particular training, we were training in the water, he had to leave, and he asked me to take over his class for him for a couple of days, and I did, and I just instantly fell in love with it. And from there, I grew that passion in helping people. And so then I continued on and getting certifications and other things. And then life happens, family, and so I had got away from that. But then the body starts, hey.
What about me?
It'll let you know.
Hey, them knees, start doing them stairs. You go up to, hey, why am I having problems going up a flight of stairs?
Right. You'd be like, why am I breathing so hard?
Yeah.
Right.
And so being an athlete, there's a lot of athletes, ex-athletes, a lot of guys I played ball with in college and high school, they went from a receiver and running back to look like they're linemen now, because they all over.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, because I don't get into football, the receivers and running backs are the small ones.
guys.
Right, yeah.
But
But
the
they're not
linebackers are the buff ones. So
The linemen, they're big guys.
And you don't want to go from a receiver to a linebacker. That doesn't usually happen a lot. That means you've eaten a little bit too much.
Just a little bit.
So Rodney was talking about. I heard you say something about you got into it because your back you get hurt. I also had a herniated disc, and that bothered me as well. What did you do to help you with that back? To help your back? What happened to help you get to yourself where your back now is not a pain, and you were exercising to do that?
Well, I was doing aquatic resistance training. It's
Okay.
called hydrotone, and I took the boot camp, the classes that I'm doing now, is based off of the water. Everybody can't get to a pool and exercise in the water, and particularly don't want to do it in the wintertime. But the principles of that I brought to the studio. I brought it in the field where you can utilize that same concept of that natural resistance. And basically, for a lot of people who have problems with their back and discovering in the later years that they're having problems with their back, it's because they're not keeping their core. And you hear that word a lot these days. Your core has to really be tight, has to be in line. It It keeps that spine at a top position so that the herniated disc things doesn't happen. And so as you find that you're losing weight, it's not just the losing of the weight, but you have to work that core, tighten up the spine. Typically you hear about men having protruding stomachs. What it's doing is pulling against your spine and getting your back out of line.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
to make
that's
sure
a key
mine's
thing.
Because you don't
true.
feel it yet.
Oh, okay. So I'm like, wow.
No, you're a petite flower. over there.
Right.
I wish.
So I
I'll
was trying
go
to make you
with
feel
that.
good. See that?
Yeah, I go with that. But anyway, look, Rick ain't saying one word. You know the truth. Be quiet.
I refuse to talk, and the grounds it might incriminate me.
Well, I hide mine's well.
Yeah.
So leave me alone. But anyway,
Yeah.
break down THF3.
Total health and fitness. And the three is the fitness, the fundraising, and the financial. So in total health and fitness, I believe that we're in the age where food is not the same food that we grew up with.
Yes.
Bottom line.
Process.
Can't even identify it.
You cannot, you got genetically modified things, particularly corn and stuff is really known for that, and other things as well. All of a sudden new fruits are popping and vegetables are popping out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, where did this come from?
Right.
We've been here for thousands of years, and all of a sudden you find this fruit, but it's made in America, but you just happen to find it.
And I don't want to cut you off, but I was talking about that because I remember when Chicken McNuggets first came out,
So did
they were
you.
actually chicken.
Back
I
in the
don't
day.
know. I don't know what they make Chicken McNuggets out of now. But
Byproducts.
when they first came out, it was real chicken.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, it's almost like the hamburgers that come from McDonald's. And I'm not, Martin's going to say you shouldn't eat it. But when you used to get a hamburger, it was meat.
Yeah.
Now
Nice
the meat
meat.
just slides into your mouth and
Yeah.
just disintegrates.
It's
What
rubbery.
is this stuff?
Yeah,
and so
and
you're
just
right about that.
You don't know what it is. you
Yeah.
know, and particularly like even with the chicken, people are like, oh, you got to get free range chicken. Well, free range chicken means they're not in a cage, but they're in a big warehouse, and they're just kind of packed in and kind of randomly roaming around, but they're still processed foods in the sense that they're giving them growth hormones. It takes days, not months anymore, to take an egg to a full-grown chicken because of the way because black folks need their chicken wings. So them chicken wings.
Yeah, they got to come quick.
Yeah.
And the Super Bowl coming up, so
Yeah.
they going
Oh,
to
yeah.
need their
A lot
chicken
of
wings.
chicken.
I won't be surprised if they got
Yeah.
a full-wing chicken somewhere around here.
Yeah, running around. Ugh.
And so you're talking about the new venture that you started up.
Yeah, with Total Health and
Yeah.
Fitness. And so, and I was speaking on that, the fact that foods are just not the way they used to be. So I believe heavily in supplementation. And so we believe in through nutrition, fitness, and you. And so it's not just what you eat. It's not just the physical. It's what you want to do. I can help you exercise. I can show you things to do. I can guide you to eat properly. But bottom line, it has to be you.
Right, that's true.
It has to be. So until you make that decision, when I say you, that individual in you, until I made a decision that I wanted to get back into fitness, I was having problems. And so I have an 11-year-old daughter, and so
That will keep you active.
Yeah, and when she's poking you in the stomach, I'm like, and see, and it wasn't fair. And the same thing, it wasn't fair for her because when she was conceived, I was in my prime. I was looking, yeah. And so, but she was a little baby. She didn't get to see that. So I didn't want her to remember or see Daddy not at his best. So I want her to see the real me. And so
Not the Pierce baby.
no,
Oh,
hey, wait a minute. Now. I didn't-
You said she would
I
poke
didn't
you
let-
in the stomach.
I didn't let it get that far.
Okay.
But I had a friend who wanted to lose 100 pounds, and he asked me to help him. And so I wasn't just going to stand back and say, you do this, do that. We started together out at the park, and then while we were out there together, working together, my passion came back for helping people. My passion came back for working out. My knees started to feel better. My back started to feel better. And then we're at one of the walking parks nearby my house in Evergreen. So as people were walking by, we just invited them to come join us. And so it went from just he and I to about 15 men and women on a regular basis out there every morning in the summertime. And so just recently I found a location at 8220 South Kedzie. at the Tech Karate Studio, where every morning at 6 o'clock we're doing the same program that I was doing in the summer. We're doing it Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the studio there. So right now, the rest of the month is all free for those who want to come. And then even in February, if you're a first-time guest, we're always welcome you to come out for free to check it out.
So we got a Facebook question for you. Go ahead, Tracy.
Yeah, Rodney, I have a question. It's kind of a twofold question. One is asking, and I hope you didn't explain already, what is aquatic resistance? Aquatic resistance.
Aquatic resistance.
Aquatic resistance. And they wanted to know if water exercising was better for your back than any other routine.
It's the absolute best exercise that you can do. I wish that I had one of those endless pools in my backyard. I have space that I plan to build a garage and put a pool in there. Aquatic resistance, everybody see the seniors in the water dancing around, pumping up. But the resistance routine that I did was called hydrotone, and it was actually a dumbbell system and a wing boots that you actually tack onto your feet.
Wing
boots. It looks like little wings. It looks like a big W on your feet. And so as you're working through the water, it gives you the same resistance that you would if you were lifting weights.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Except you don't have the gravity, you don't have the dangerous effect of possibly hurting yourself and using weights. So with the hydrotone, it gives you pounds for pressure. What you put out is what you're getting back. So I had people in my class from 25 to 95, and they all would work just as hard doing what they can do.
Now, you know he just shamed us. He said 95.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he did shame you out. I'm saying, he's really
I
shamed
admit
you.
he shamed me, but I'm scared of water like that.
And so one of the things that, I've known Rodney for a while, awesome young man. We have been talking about doing a lot of things together. I promised him he's got to give me a commercial because we're going to be announcing what he's doing on our show every time that we come on. We're going to be having it on our Facebook, our website. He is doing some awesome things with helping people get back into shape. And so I want to make sure that you know that you have a place where we trust, the McCains trust, that this gentleman is going to help you out with getting yourself in shape. So give them that information on where you're at again.
8220 South Kedzie, and that's at the TAC Karate Studio. 6 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'll be expanding to more classes, but right now we're just Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 a.m. 8220 South Kedzie.
6 a.m. to what now?
It's a 30 to 45-minute class, depending on how good it's going. So,
so we're gonna pray in Jesus' name that this thing's gonna get so good that he's going to be doing this full time and can't even walk away from the place unless he's coming on the Let's Stay Together talk.
Right, well, he's off on Tuesday, so we can
I like that.
Right.
So
I receive and accept that.
Rodney, we're gonna go to you in a few seconds with 15 questions. I don't know if my wife talked to you about that.
It was in the lecture.
Yeah,
it was it.
Yeah. So
we're
going to make sure that we're going to talk about. But I want you to answer one more question before we go. See if we can get this in real quick. You were talking about someone that wanted to lose 100 pounds. Mm-hmm. How do you? Give me 3 steps that a person should do in order to start with losing weight.
One, make that decision that you want to lose the weight, and the decision is for yourself. So that's all encompassing. The decision to lose the weight, and that you're doing it for yourself, not for anybody else. Typically, what happens, people will get to that point where they say, "I got to lose 100 pounds." Like my friend Andre was, the doctor had started talking about medication and diabetes, and he's like, I'm not having that. So he decided to start moving. Just start moving. Find something that you like to do. Mm-hmm. There's no one thing that's for everybody. Find what you like to do, and then start researching. We're in the information age right now. There's information all over the internet. You can go to I love going to the grocery store because I can stand there and read all the different magazines because there's always constantly a lot of good information out there. The Heart and Soul, all the Shape magazines and all that have a lot of good information constantly on there. So just start research. And the number one thing I think a lot of people skip on is water.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I'm going to do also is ask Rodney to do for us as well is that once a week, I want Rodney to just give us some information on tips for staying in shape,
yeah,
and we're going to put it on
there.
Put it on our Facebook and stuff like that to let people know that what you can do to get in shape. So now, Rodney, we're going to go through the McCain Express with you. So you ready? You've got these questions. You've got to answer just straight off the cuff. You can't think about it.
Can I take the fifth?
No. You lost all those rights when you sat in that chair. You ready?
This ain't that Andy Cohen show?
No, this Rick and Brenda here. Now, I'm about to hit you with it.
Okay.
Is your favorite sport convertible color red or black?
Red.
Were you a teacher's pet or a class clown?
Class clown.
Well, that was obvious.
Right. You're headed to your best vacation spot. Is it a cruise along the coast or a week at your favorite amusement park?
What? Coast. Cruising,
I
baby.
didn't say amusement park.
Okay, well, hey, you're craving fast food for today. You're craving fast food chicken. Is it Kentucky Fried or Popeyes?
Popeyes.
Hey, I love that. It's Friday night. Right, it's Friday night. Are you petting the town and watching your favorite show? You thinking too hard.
I'm thinking I am getting older, so it's probably watching my favorite show.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, we got some more for you. Who would you pick, Janet Jackson or Beyonce?
Old school Janet.
Okay. You're in your favorite your favorite dress for success. Are you in a suit jacket or a leather jacket?
Suit jacket.
You're more excited about free tickets to the Super Bowl or World Series? I know this one.
Come on, Super Bowl, man. Quit playing.
I do that. Peach cobbler or chocolate cake?
Peach cobbler.
You're curled up on a romantic evening in a fire. Is it gas or wood burning?
Well, I have a gas fireplace in my house.
Don't we all? Are you a dog person? Oh, I'm sorry, Tracy. We'll get you one later. Are you a dog person or a cat person?
Well, I grew up with dogs, but my last personal pet that I love so much was a cat.
Okay, it's a milestone birthday, and there's a big party with all your friends. Did you plan every detail, or was it a total surprise?
Total surprise.
You're a world-famous musician. Are you blowing the horn or playing a guitar?
Bass, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, deep voice in it.
Right. I'm like, where'd that come from?
I actually have a bass. I don't play, but I have a bass in my house that I've always wanted to play.
Okay.
It's decoration now.
Ricky, keeping the dream alive.
Yeah.
You get to be a superhero. Are you Superman or Batman?
Wow. Batman is cooler.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got more toys.
Yeah, you got live Batman, he said. Batman has more toys. Okay, Star Wars or Star Trek? Which one is it?
Has to be Star Wars. I was never a Trekkie.
I love Star Trek.
I do too.
I never seen Star Wars, so I just don't get
Star
into
Trek
it.
is better, though.
Hey, Rodney, thank you very much. We're going to be talking to Rodney much more. We're going to have a lot of information out there for him. I've really got to get a lot of things out for this gentleman because I love him.
Wow.
We've been trying to work on some things, and I promised him I was going to do that. You're going to hear a lot of things about what he's doing all the time. Anytime you got something to do, just send it out to us. We're going to blast it out there to let people know.
And he have to send it to me because if he don't send it, I don't post it.
So if you send it out to us, we'll get it out there.
Because I know we can't post on your wall, so you have to send it to me.
You guys can post on us. So I don't let other people post on my wall, but
okay.
you all can post on my wall.
So we'll send it out there, and we'll get real quick. Tell us about where they can reach you at.
Well, they can reach me easily by through my website at THF3.com, and they can reach me through 773-340-3303, and my email is rodneypate360@gmail.com.
And you'll have all that information on our Facebook and our website as well. Hey, man, thank you very much for joining us. You'll definitely be back with us again so we can talk about some more things because he's also a married man. He got kids, so he's got a lot of things you can talk about instead of just, that.
Yes,
How much time do I got?
And not the fact that he's a Julianite, that works out all right for me, too.
All Julians.
All Julians.
For life.
Okay, well, stay with us. We are glad you are listening.